What's up, family? This is Blue Nola. I'm in the building. Thank you so much for coming through. We're here to do a reading on CHRISSY TEIGEN. Yeah. It is time for her to have a reading because she is involved in so much confusion on the internet, bullying people all the time. Really? Wow. Hey, let's go ahead and get into this reading, guys. Let's even talk about John Legend to see, like, where is he in all of this? Like, what's going on? Where's John Legend? He's always been like this guy that has been seen as a super positive person in the community, our community, of course. And he's married to this woman who's basically the ultimate troll on Twitter, right? A lot of people found her content, her jokes, or whatever she was doing funny until it started to cross the boundaries and lines, right? And now people are in an uproar. She's lost endorsement deals. She apologized. And then ultimately he came out to defend her because he wasn't really saying anything, I guess, so he came out to say he is going to stand by his wife through all of this confusion that's been going on. I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I feel like it was a matter of time. I could literally look at her and see this lady was gonna be in trouble sooner than later. I promise you. She's made comments about so many people. The list is lengthy. Okay. When I really said she's about to get into trouble? When she made a comment about, I think it was about Meg Thee Stallion. She had made a comment, something about Meg Thee Stallion. I'm like, wait a minute now. This is too much, right? And this is all during the whole debacle with Tory Lanez. And I'm like, she was making light or making a joke out of something regarding that. So, I knew she was going to get in trouble. And soon after, she was, somebody came out saying that she was telling them to, end their life and all this crazy stuff. And other people were coming out. And even the girl from Abraham from Teen Mom said she had been, bullying her when she was a teenager. I'm like, what? So I'm like, this is too much. So let's go ahead and get into it. So you guys provided me with a lot of statements rather than questions. And then some people finally came in with questions. A lot of you had a lot to say about, I never liked her attitude. I don't like her energy. I can't stand her. There was a lot of you guys just saying, I just cannot deal with this woman, right? So I did get some questions, and the questions are really like, is this her true personality? Is this who she is? What is John actually doing about it? Like, is he just a bystander of bullying? A bystander is someone who lets somebody, just watches the bullying going on and they do nothing about it, right? How do people feel about her as a collective? She still has a huge following despite the fact that she's done this, right? Are they condoning this? She's been affected in terms of her endorsement deals, but will he be affected? And what is the nature of their marriage that you are so bent on being out bullying people rather than being in your marriage or your family? Because a lot of times people put they put this thing on social media like things are great. But to me, when I see somebody on social media doing that to the level that she's doing it, that's a red flag, right? That means I'm not internally happy with who I am and where I am as a person. So I really want to ask that question because I'm like, if I'm, happy in my life, me and my, my husband, me and my child, we good. My children, I'm sorry, she has children. Like, why are you on social media with the confusion? I just don't get it, right? So let's go ahead and get into the energy around CHRISSY Teigen and who she is as a person. And why is she doing this? So, the first question I have is this. Has she always been like this? Has she, even before she became a celebrity, has she always been like a mean girl? Give me the energy spirit around CHRISSY Teigen. I guess she's a model, an author. I think she's got a cookbook, something. I think I read something about a cookbook. Has she always been someone to be a person that is, demonstrating negative behaviors against other women? She's got the Five of Swords, Five of Wands in her energy. When you see that energy here, this is a person who is competitive with them. That's a competitive energy, a conflict energy, right? Annoyed by somebody else's beauty, annoyed by somebody else's success, annoyed by somebody else's progress. She has always had that streak in her, even from younger. So this is not something that this hasn't happened in a vacuum. This is something that she's been doing. Remember, this is past energy. Has she always been this type of person? And I'm sure there are going to be some people from her past before she became who she is that can attest to the fact that you know, she's had some level of negativity against people. And it's here in the Five of Wands. I want you to look closely and clearly at these people battling each other. Okay? Again, that is a competition energy, stiff competition, looking at somebody as if they're the opponent. So this is something that she's been kind of doing, guys. So it's not new, okay? It's just something that she's become more clever with over time, and she's been able to, you know, infuse a little bit of humor with it. You gotta watch people that are making a joke at your expense, right? Because there's some truth to it. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and just look into, you know, like, what drew John Legend to this woman? You know, what is, I mean, was she a nice person? What was her personality? Like, what actually drew him to this woman? And this reading will not be long, by the way. I am not wasting like a 30-minute reading on this woman. You know what's interesting about John Legend? He sees her doing this and he does nothing about it. He is truly a bystander of it. And the reason why I say that is he met her doing that, right? Having that, you know, how people always say, oh, that's just how she is. Well, it's just not okay, John. Okay? So she's, again, when he met her, she was doing that slapstick, funny thing that everybody thought was cute. And it makes it even cuter because she's a, you know, she's a cutie pie, especially back then. She's such a cutie pie, and it just comes together in a cute little package. So she's been doing that, right? And he overlooked that. This is talking about stuff where he just, like, he still was connected to her. This is almost like an energy of a person who's still illuminated by this person's light. This person, you know, John is a very laid back character. So it's in his energy, she brought a lot of, you know, a lot of, what do you want, movements in his energy, right? He's been concerned about it to some degree, right? And he thought eventually that, you know, she would change or evolve or grow out of it. But that hasn't been the case, right? It's only gotten worse over time. It's only gotten worse. I don't think John has just been sitting back not saying anything, guys. I think he has said things to her. He's the Knight of Wands in this situation in reverse, right? But this is resistance. He's been resistant to it, right? So I don't think that he is just sitting back just saying, hey, but I think that she's stronger than him, right? In terms of control. Remember, she's a bully. So if she's doing it to other people, she can be doing it in her relationship just from a different perspective, right? So he has some concerns to it in as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's experienced some form of being controlled in the situation, because he's in that nine of swords too. But he's been able to navigate her off of it. And to some extent, the same thing that he loved about her is the same thing that now has become an issue. It is an issue for him, right? So he's not just sitting back just thinking that this is cool. I think he just kind of overlooked it because he's seen her from a different perspective, right? Funny, witty, charming, right? A lot of fun energy. A lot of Page of Cups energy talks about people feelings, about a lot of feelings, right? That you're giving to me. This feels like they had a lot of she formed a real connection with him. So sometimes people can be guided by the wrong person, guys. You know, they can be really guided by the wrong person. All right, so let's just go ahead and get into the next thing. So somebody was asking in here, because y'all had a lot of questions here. Somebody was asking, like, is she secure in her marriage? And I was asking the same thing, because I'm like, girl, if you got your model, you got a cookbook, you got all this stuff going, but you're on the internet all the time. Is CHRISSY Teigen, like, is she happy? I don't even care about, is she happy in her marriage? Is she truly happy in her marriage? Let me ask this first. Is she a nice person outside of not YouTube, I'm on YouTube shit, the Twitter thing? Is she a nice person outside of the social media thing, off Twitter? Is she a genuinely nice person? She does the same thing, guys, and when she is in private, right? She does have these moments of being ugly. I bet you the money, they probably have some people that have told stories about the way she is. She has the star card in reverse. That talks about a person who can still make a person feel what? Low self-esteem, not feeling love, discouraged. So she does this. So what you see on social media is a glimpse of who she really is. This is what she does, guys. And again, she's been doing it, and it's just been allowed to grow and grow. And because people, it's kind of like feeding the beast. When you feed it, it just grows and grows and grows, and eventually, we want to push it down. But it shows in her energy that she's been doing it. But again, remember, it's done in a very clever way. It's done in a very clever way, but I can only imagine her being in public at events and at restaurants and different places like that, and she's treating people poorly, right? And they just tiptoe around it and just, So it shows in her energy that she is someone who's she's not nice either to other people. She's not nice to other people. And I'm talking about everyday people. Everyday people in the world, people that she may encounter, she's not a nice person. Confirm the energy around Chrissy Teigen again. She has the Ace of Swords in her energy. So there are times that, of course she is, and she changes, she can show a positive energy, but then she can also show that other side. She can also show that other side. Again, confirm the energy around Chrissy Teigen. Very intelligent, right? Five of Swords and Wheel of Fortune, right? Five of Swords energy here. Again, Five of Swords energy talks about people. They got people out here that have real resentment around Chrissy Teigen and how she treated people. Her superiority type energy, right? So there's real issues around it, and she's got the Karma card of karma. So this is her karma. So she's getting back what she's been given to people. So she's getting karma. All right. All right. So let's ask this question. Let's, before we get to John, give us the energy around all the people that she's been on social media going after. Collective energy. Again, what's that all about? Spirit for Chrissy Teigen. Why has she been going after? I mean, they said the list is on and on and on. I mean, I was like listening to, I'm just going to say collectively, the celebrities that she's been attacking, right? Why has she been attacking these people? What's sad is that she focuses on, and it's sad because I'm looking at the way I'm reading this, it's like she'll focus on somebody's weakness and she'll attack it to bring them even lower. This is her. Wants to create blocks for people. She want to create blocks for people, make them feel even lower than they feel. All of this is talking about division, knocking people down, making people feel low, right? Just imagine somebody like, what's her name? Lindsay Lohan. Went through all that trouble, drama, confusion, and then you made it, you elevated it, you highlighted the worst part of it. The girl Farrah Abraham, I'm just thinking of a few people, you elevated it, right? Even the thing with, I think it was Meg Thee Stallion, she made a joke about Meg Thee Stallion dancing, and she had gotten something about that. The point is, she takes a moment, she captures something negative, and she elevates it. This is what she does. So there's a lot of energy around her, bullying at other people's expense to make herself feel what? To make herself feel better. That's what it talks about. And I'm going to be honest, she didn't feel sorry about anything she was doing. I mean, she was completely, she get on there, do her thing, and she was off of there, right? But again, this is almost to pull people down to make herself look better. This is what it talks about, right? And then she kept going. She kept going. This was actually gave her being on social media, all this stuff. That to me gave her opportunities, believe it or not, because people saw her as, oh, she's so crazy, she's so funny, oh my God, and she made money, and now those same people are backing out of it, right? We don't like her behavior. We don't tolerate this. But this talks about she's abused her power. She's abused her power in the High Priestess energy. This is a person again, and then with that High Priestess energy, again, that talks about a person who has predatory behavior. She's lost herself. All right. She has an agenda to bring people down, right? There's an energy of her being conceited. There's an energy of her being insecure. There's so much here. So much you can say about her. But this person is truly somebody who doesn't have self-worth, self-love. So they don't want to tell other people down. But what she's doing to these celebrities is she's taking the worst part of them. Remember we talked about that in our other reading. She wants to take the worst part of somebody and she wants to magnify that. To make them feel even lower. To make herself feel better. When she doesn't even feel bad. She doesn't even care about herself. Okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the next one. Let's quickly get into, like, you know, we definitely talked about John already saying, you know, feeling a certain way. But why hasn't he truly stopped her from this behavior? Like, because it shows that he's not just sitting back thinking it's funny. He's been resistant to some of it. But why hasn't he? No, let's ask this question. Is she truly happy in her marriage to John Legend? Because what time of day do you have to be on attacking people if you got all of this success and happiness going on? Is she happy in her marriage to John Legend? Give me the energy around CHRISSY Teigen. Ooh, Spirit. CHRISSY Teigen. Is she happy in her marriage to John Legend? She's not. All right? So this shows she's not happy in her marriage. There's a conflict there. She's got the Empress in reverse, guys. The Empress in reverse is a person that feels what? Low about themselves. They feel codependent on another person, even though they're successful. They don't see themselves even as beautiful. They don't see themselves as even cared for. There's an emptiness inside of her marriage. She has 9 of Cups in the energy in reverse. She doesn't feel happy. She looks at herself and she sees a bunch of imperfections and flaws. They look like they spend time together, but it looks like they don't spend, the relationship is not where it needs to be. I was looking at some pictures when I was trying to create a thumbnail, and there are a lot of pictures of them in the beginning being real close and their heads close. But as you start to like look over time, there's a lot of distance where you could put like a whole child in the middle of them. So the relationship is just definitely really is the energy is off in the relationship. But does he fill up her cup? Is she happy? That's a no. So she spends a lot of times with that 9 of Pentacles energy, right? That talks about being deceitful and deceptive and artificial and fake and obsessed with trying to knock other people down. So you can't be happy and do all of this. She does, like before when they first met, she felt strong. She felt good. She felt like she has this energy of feeling like, just like, hey, you know, I'm with this man and my life is happy. And then even, you know, they carried on. And this is that Ace of Wands is an energy around having a passion for each other, right? But it feels like along the way, that's been watered down. And you can't, look, they even have the 3 of Cups in reverse. That talks about their marriage is not a happy marriage. And I'm going to be honest with you, their marriage could actually end. You know, this is 3, they can actually end. This is talking about, you know, too much going on, not being in sync with each other. And now you have this situation on top of it. And they're already in their marriage. They're not truly like where they need to be. I wouldn't be surprised if they got divorced. All right, so that answers that question. All right, I'm not gonna go through all of this about if she were married. I don't care if she were married, if she gets a divorce from John Legend. Let's see if I have everything that I needed to ask. Like now, her subscribers, she has a huge fan base. Collective energy, Spirit. How do they feel about her being in all of this drama with, you know, but guys, guess what? People get conditioned to that, right? People can get conditioned to a person doing something like that. So let's ask as a collective, how are, collectively, how do her followers feel about her doing all of this? I mean, what's their true energy? There are a lot of them that turned off by it, right? So it's not like, you know, they're still loyal to her for some reason. She has lost subscribers. I mean, is because she has such a big base, I don't see where it's going to be millions. But this does show that her social media has been impacted in some way. I almost feel like too, you know, even some of her fan base is saying things to her like, that's unacceptable, that's out of line, that's disrespectful. So you have it here, punishment. This is the actual 6 of Wands. Six of Wands is public. So remember with Six of Wands, as much as the public will love you, they can actually what? Hate you. So it shows in this energy that her fan base, there are people in her fan base that have an issue and wish that she would do better. She even has the Three of Pentacles in here. That means the people that would normally buy products and endorse her, she's lost some of that too. And this has caused great concern for her, right? And it's caused great concern for her. So I do see where there are, her fan base has been affected by it, but she's still gonna have those loyal supporters, right? People are gonna support her through thick and thin and say she can overcome it. She's just made a mistake, an error in judgment. And then they got the other people making excuses for her. Well, you guys weren't you hard on her when she was talking about Trump, but now you're worried about her now. So you got those people that are going to rationalize what she's doing and stay loyal, right? That's what it is. And these are day ones too, by the way. People that have been with her since day one. And I don't want to make this too long. Will Chrissy Teigen, will she stay canceled? She's really canceled in my book. Like when I say, I'm not saying I'm just saying, like, I've never seen a person. She looks truly canceled. Like, she looks truly like canceled. Will she stay canceled? She's gonna be affected, guys. But then guess what? It shows what? Happy person, unresolved issues, cancellation. She's got canceled energy. She's got Queen of Swords in her energy too. That talks about people canceling her because of her jealous ways, her evil ways, her people don't trust her, suspicious of her. But guess what she's got right here? Partnership energy with the Lover's card and mounting energy, which means with that Seven of Wands, that means eventually she'll start to kind of like slowly rebuild herself. She still got a fan base. She still got a fan base. So even if she lose people, like I said, she still got a fan base. So I don't think she'll be permanently canceled. She's permanently damaged though. Okay, in terms of just a brand. Let's see. So I'm trying to see if there's anything. I'm not asking anything about no Pizzagate. That's a whole nother reading. I think I need to do a reading on that on its own. Let's ask this question. Was she really pregnant? Y'all really are out here thinking a woman wasn't really pregnant. Remember when she had the miscarriage? Was she truly pregnant? Was she pregnant? Y'all are too funny. The lady was in the hospital on doggone in bed. I guess was she actually pregnant? She was pregnant. She's got Ace of Swords energy. Ace of Swords energy is pregnancy energy, right? And the Queen of Cups energy is pregnancy in reverse. That Queen of Cups means she had a miscarriage, right? So it shows that there was an issue with the pregnancy inception energy. So it shows that the pregnancy had an issue, the actual pregnancy. But she was actually pregnant. You see it's first. For her, the King of Cups energy, her husband. And then it shows losing the baby. It shows, she went through a depression too, by the way. And it shows, it definitely shows miscarriage energy. So she was pregnant. All right, so we answered that. Why did she get all on the internet showing the hospital room, pictures and all that? I was confused about that. Why did she show the whole story about the pregnancy spirit? Chrissy Teigen, what was all that? That's the pregnancy again coming through, showing how depressed she was, concern moving out of strife, wanting to share with people about the loss, right? This is what it talks about. But it does show up as what? I'm attention seeking. It shows up as I'm attention seeking. But it's like a person who started out showing it as a, what do you want to call it? She was showing it to show how distraught. You remember she was laying in the bed with her head down? That's her. She was really distraught about this pregnancy. Of course she would be. But it was an error in judgment because people saw it as her capitalizing on an opportunity, right? To get clicks, views, attention is in her energy right here. See, with that musician energy, that talks about a person who used that opportunity to get sympathy. But yeah, people weren't feeling that. A lot of people weren't. Some people were so sorry for you, but a lot of people are like, what is this about? I don't like this. So that's the energy of the people who had a problem with her doing it, and that's the energy of the people who were sympathetic to it. So she really did go through a tough time. I think it was just, I can't tell nobody how to do it. They got people that, well, even in my own family, child, they be in the hospital with the IV in their arm and puts a picture. I'd be like, what's going on? I didn't even know you was in the hospital. Okay. All right. So let's get the overall energy around Chrissy Teigen. With, overall energy for her husband, the energy around her as a person. Was she really sorry? That's the last question. About all the stuff that she did. Or was she just sorry that she got caught in the trap? That's what I want to know. Is she truly sorry? King of Cups energy. She's sorry that she got caught in a trap. So this is her, I'm so sorry. But this is a person who is in fear too. I'm in fear of losing things that I love, right? The Ace of Pentacles energy talks about investments and opportunities and profit. And and her apology wasn't sincere. If you look at the Two of Swords energy, that talks about what? This is an occurrence. She's been doing that. And she only sorry that she got caught. That's it. This is somebody that didn't have good intentions. So I don't feel she's truly sorry about what she did to any of those people. All right, good luck to John Legend and his family. I'm not bringing children into it. Y'all have a great day. Take care. Stay blessed. I say good luck to John Legend because he is almost 2. If you look at the energy around his cards, and I had kind of pulled some cards before I got on here, he's also he's being controlled by her too, right? And I don't feel like even in his cards as I dealt in front of y'all that he's just completely 100% on board with it. But that's his wife, and he is going to stick with her as much as he can publicly, right? But I definitely feel privately there is an issue there as far as what she's doing. But just imagine she's got a lot of dominance on him, and she's dominant in general. So I can see where he's kind of following her with that. So to a certain point, thank you so much. Have a great day. Take care. Stay blessed. Bye-bye. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.